welcome to AP on Play. My guest this morning is a return guest, captain of the Bloomfield Hills Police Department. Actually, Tom, you were my first guest on this show.
Very good.
Long time
Thank
ago.
you.
Welcome. Thank you for coming
Thank
back.
you. Thank you for having me.
And we have had a long history together, but
We have.
I'll get in trouble if we talk about it, so we won't. But please introduce yourself to the audience.
Captain Tom Simaeys, Bloomfield Hills Department of Public Safety. Been there about 26, 27. I've worked just about every position there is there, from dispatch to patrolman to sergeant to lieutenant to captain now. So
Let's start. So, Department of Public Safety in Bloomfield Hills, what does that involve?
So we are cross-trained in 3 disciplines. We're certified police officers, we are certified firefighters, and we are medical first responders. So we do everything, really. It's one-stop shopping with us.
Yeah.
Our officers work 24-hour shifts, just like a fire department, and a portion of that shift is spent doing road patrol. And like I said, we respond to medical calls, police calls, fire runs, car accidents, alarms, everything.
Is that unusual for a police department, or is that kind of because we're a small town? Bloomfield Hills is a small community?
Yeah, it's more common with the smaller communities. There's Bloomfield Hills has it, Beverly Hills, Berkeley, the Grosse Points. Smaller communities like that tend to have a public safety makeup.
And so did you actually start on dispatch? Was that your first job with
My first job, I was a dispatcher, yes.
So what was that like?
I loved it. It's a great job.
Yeah.
You were the first point of contact for the residents, or for people who have emergencies. And you get a different perspective of law enforcement from that, being a call taker and dispatcher. So I think it was a very big help to my career, because I kind of learned from the base all the way up.
Does the city of Bloomfield Hills call 911 a decent amount or a low amount, or?
We do. We have a good call volume.
Okay.
It's a one-person dispatch center.
Yeah.
So, they're busy.
They're busy.
They do a lot of work up there. They are they take walk-ins, they take non-emergency calls, they take the 911 calls, they handle records.
Yeah.
They're a very busy unit, and they do a good job for us.
Would you say they get a 911 call every day, or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, multiple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so multiple 911 calls every day.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, I know, we've lived here a long time, my
Right.
family, and so we've certainly availed ourselves of the services, and
Sure.
yeah, you guys are right on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I rarely have to wait more than 2 minutes for somebody to come to my house to assist us.
Right, and that's one of the benefits. A lot of small cities don't have their own dispatch center, and that's a benefit that we have, because our dispatchers have more of a personal relationship with our residents.
Yeah.
So if you call, they know who you are.
Yes.
The officers know who you are.
Yeah.
And you get a better service, in my opinion.
Definitely. In fact, my son asked me, we were talking about how quick you respond, the police department
Right.
responds, and he said quite innocently, well, wouldn't that happen anywhere, Mom? And I said, no, I actually don't think it would. I mean, I can't speak
Right.
to specific jurisdictions, but I don't know that most police departments would respond inside of
Sure.
a few minutes.
Right.
What do you think?
I think all the police departments do their best.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of it has to do with call volume.
Yes.
If you have a high call volume and it's going to take them longer, they may be on a call that they have to clear before they come see you.
Yeah.
And Bloomfield Hills doesn't have a real high call volume. We're busy, but we have a lot of 2-3 cars on the road, and it's 5 square miles.
Right.
And we can get somebody to you right away.
Right. Now, we were talking, you guys are staffed at maximum capacity right now, correct?
Correct, yep.
And what does that mean?
So we have 24 officers. Our newest is graduating the police academy, like we talked about.
Okay.
In 2 weeks. So that'll put us back up to full strength. Law enforcement and actually first responders, we took a dip in staffing.
I
levels.
remember, yeah. Even when you were here on my first show,
Correct.
you were not at maximum capacity.
No,
Yes.
and most departments weren't. And now the pendulum's starting to come back, where departments are getting staffed back to high levels. And we're fortunate. We're going to be there, and we are on paper fully staffed now.
Right.
But in 2 weeks, we'll have everybody working in a police car, for the first time in a few years, it's nice.
Wow. Good for you, good for us.
It's great for the residents. It is.
Yes,
Yep.
that's great. Yep. And we were talking about the extra duties that our police department performs. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have several officers that are assigned out to other duties throughout the county. And not only do they do the same thing that everyone else at our work does, but they also participate in multi-jurisdiction task force or teams. A few examples, we have guys on the South Oakland Crash Investigation Team. Mm-hmm. It's comprised of, I'm going to guess, about 7 departments that if there's a major crash with serious injury or a fatality, we'll send people to their department or they'll send people to our department to help investigate it. It does a couple of things. One, you have experts investigating these crashes, and 2 is it helps the investigation happen faster so we can open the roads up to the public.
Oh, sure, yeah.
If you have 2 investigators investigating crashes, it could take 8 to 10 hours, where if you have a team of 10, they can do a lot of tasks real quick.
Right.
And, they're really good, experts at their craft. The other thing we have is the Major Crimes Assistant Team. Same concept, except for it's just for major crimes, murders, any major crime that, we have officers, detectives from a bunch of departments in Oakland County that will come together to provide assistance to the host department to help, get the ball rolling on the investigation.
Yes.
We have one officer assigned to the Oakland County Incident Management Team.
Right.
We talked about that.
Yes.
They were just activated in the Grand Blanc incident at the church. And they just go provide assistance to the host agency, mm-hmm. the agency who's having the emergency, with managing the scene. Anywhere from getting resources to providing extra personnel, logistics, planning, capturing the finance end of it, stuff like that.
Oh, right, sure.
Then we also have a guy on the Oakland County hazmat team. And they're busy. There's a lot of training that goes in with dealing with hazardous materials.
Sure, I would hope so, yeah. Is there a lot of hazardous materials in Oakland County?
There is. They don't have a real high call volume,
okay.
but the training that goes into that and the equipment maintenance is...
The suits and the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. You have to be good at it. You make a mistake, it could be fatal.
It's so intimidating to see them in their suits. Do you remember, what was it called, anthrax?
Anthrax, yeah.
100 years ago, when I was in Philadelphia, I was a DA in Philadelphia, we had an anthrax scare.
Yeah.
And the hazmat guys came in their suits, and that's intense.
Yeah, so they train on that. I believe monthly. They do weekly equipment checks.
Yeah.
So they get together quite a bit. And it's nice for a small city like Bloomfield Hills to participate in those teams because it builds our, the officers' talents.
Right.
And also when we need the help, we're going to get it.
Yeah.
Because we participate.
Yeah.
You can't always stand there with your hand out asking for help. You have to participate.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
We've taken a really proactive approach in that over the last few years of putting people on these teams to help out.
And I think in general, the police department takes a proactive approach to its residents. We are talking about school violence and church safety.
Yep.
Tell us what you guys are doing to get ahead of those problems.
Right. So this has been ongoing for years. It's becoming much more prevalent in the media, unfortunately, because these incidents are happening more often. But we do extra patrols at churches and schools. Anytime there's a mass, you'll see our officers in and around the parking lots for all the churches in the city. Same thing with the schools. The 3 schools we have a school resource officer assigned to those. Which is a good liaison between the schools and us, so he can let us know what's going on at schools, and we can, help them with the safety of their kids.
I don't know if you guys are at the high school football games or if it's township.
That's Bloomfield Township.
Okay, but I do see, because my kid's on the marching band,
right.
So I'm there on Friday nights, and I tell you, the police presence is noticeable and appreciated, by the way. I mean, I think that's the best way to deal with shenanigans is if we see police there.
Mm-hmm. No, I will say Bloomfield Township does a great job providing the same level of service to the high school and all their schools.
Yeah.
And we work hand in hand with them. If they need us, we'll be there for them, and vice versa.
Now, the schools that you mentioned in the city of Bloomfield Hills, so we're talking about St. Hugo's?
Yeah, St. Hugo, Roper, and then you have all the Cranbrook.
Of course.
Yeah, which
yes.
is it's like a college campus.
Right. That's why I didn't.
Which
remember
they have private security.
Yeah,
there.
that was what I was going to ask.
And we work really good with them too. We train
Okay.
together. We have emergency preparedness plans together with them. So if there's ever an incident there, I think we're more than prepared.
Yeah.
And we can't do it alone. We're going to need Bloomfield Township, Troy. I mean, anytime there's a school incident like that, you're getting multiple agencies helping.
You need everybody.
And we
right.
do. We train, we coordinate, we plan together for those incidents.
I think in general, our community is extremely safe.
Right.
You know, there's always incidents here and there, but I think when people think of Bloomfield Hills, they think quiet and safe. Do you agree?
I would agree with that.
And you know, I'm running for Bloomfield Hills City Commission, so I've been campaigning, going door to door, knocking on homes, talking to residents, and I've actually compiled a list of kind of I don't want to call them complaints because generally everybody's very happy here, but these are concerns that our residents have expressed while I've been campaigning. So we'll just go through some and see what you can address.
Happy
and
to talk about some things.
I'll go in reverse chronological order because my son and I and my nephew were knocking on doors on Kingsley Trail over the weekend.
Okay.
And you know how Kingsley Trail dumps into Eastways?
Yes.
And I think, is it Westview on the other side?
Westview.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can visualize where I am. Yeah. So a lot of the residents on that street were talking about how fast drivers go on the street, even though it's probably 25 miles or maybe 35.
It's posted 25.
Okay, so it's posted at 25, but probably 50% of the residents who opened their door to me commented on how fast people are going, and is there anything that can be done about it?
Sure.
So let me just pose that question to you
Right.
or tell you, people are driving too fast. What can we do?
And we do. We're very responsive to the residents on Kingsley Trail. And it seems like it's the complaints increased when school is in session.
Yes.
Because people use that as a cut through.
Yeah.
And we understand. So we have a radar sign that we put out that'll capture the data of how fast people are going, the average speed, the high speed, the low speed. How many cars are coming through there?
Is it a stationary radar?
It is stationary.
Oh, wow.
It's a sign that blinks when you start going too fast.
Okay.
So we'll put that out. We'll also, during the morning hours and the afternoon hours when the buses are coming up and down the street, we'll put a traffic car out there to enforce the law.
Okay. I don't know if this is viable, but I'm going to mention it since I have you here.
Right.
Where Kingsley Trail dumps into Eastways, Westview's on the other side, a couple people have suggested a four-way stop sign just to control traffic at that intersection.
Sure.
What do you think?
Well, right now there's a stop sign going east and west.
Yes.
Going across Eastways. There'd have to be a traffic study done. I don't know the last time there was done. But there would have to be a traffic study to change any of those.
Yeah.
And I also can't recall that that's a problem area for traffic crashes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't remember one anytime
recently.
Right.
What was the other? Oh, I was talking to residents off of Hickory Grove between Woodward and Updike.
Correct.
So can you picture where I am now? And they also were remarking about people are zipping through Hickory Grove, using it as a way to get probably between
They do.
wherever.
Yeah, they try to avoid Square Lake.
Yeah, that's what it
particularly
was.
when Square Lake was
when it was closed, so that's a real nuisance,
right.
I think.
And I'll say the same thing about Kingsley Trail. It's we put officers out there. It's not real easy to enforce traffic there just because the tight quarters.
It's very tight.
But if we have cars there in the mornings and the afternoon is typically the bad part. Hopefully that's a deterrent. And I know Bloomfield Township does the same thing on their section of Hickory Grove that goes from Lasser over to Telegraph.
Yeah, and it's narrow. It really can't accommodate all that traffic.
Right.
And doesn't it say no trucks allowed? Don't we have a no truck sign?
There is a no trucks. Yeah, there is.
So what happens I guess that's if police are out there and they see the trucks?
Right. They would enforce it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So we talked about traffic. Oh, speed bumps. So a couple people said, "Can we throw in some speed bumps?"
Right.
So let's hear from the captain.
Again,
what you think
I believe
about
that's
speed
another
bumps.
thing you have to do a traffic study on.
Okay.
I will say, as a first responder,
Yeah.
it's we don't want to slow down a fire truck to go over speed bumps as we're getting to your house that's on fire. And you would have to slow way down. Same thing with the police car. But again, a traffic study would probably show that they're not needed on Kingsley Trail or these other areas.
Yeah. Do we have, somebody said we don't have any speed bumps in the city of Bloomfield Hills. Maybe that's true.
We do not.
Because I've never noticed them,
Yeah,
actually.
there are none.
And to your point, for the first responders, that's much easier to get to the emergency.
Correct.
Okay, so we talked about speed bumps. I have a long list, but let's go to noise.
Noise, all
Noise
right.
pollution on Woodward. That's like the hot spot for so many residents.
It is.
I don't know what we can do.
We put during the peak hours, and the peak hours are getting longer now for some reason.
Yeah.
It used to be Dream Cruise Week.
Yeah.
Then it expanded to the week before it, the week after.
Extreme Cruise
And
Month.
now it's from April until basically the snow falls, because people, it's the Motor City.
It's the Motor City.
They have nice cars. They take pride in them. They get them out on Woodward.
Yeah.
And what we do is we put extra cars out during the peak hours, and we enforce the law. Speeding, reckless driving, drag racing, stuff like that.
Yeah, the drag racing.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is.
You know, I have my teenage drivers, and so when they're in Birmingham on a Friday night or a Saturday night
Right.
driving back home to Bloomfield Hills, they know to be doubly concerned about the crazy drivers
gotta
on
be aware.
Woodward. Yeah.
The motorcycles this year seem to be more of a problem than the cars. The motorcycle operators are getting more gutsy and reckless.
Why do we do that? Why do we?
I don't know.
It's so dangerous.
It is very dangerous.
It's so dangerous. Okay, Tom. Speed, noise, dogs. Let me ask you to please clarify the dog leash laws, because ironically I met a couple residents. Well, first of all, a lot of residents have these crazy dogs. When I ring the doorbell or knock on the door, there's all these dogs behind the door, which, I'm scared of dogs. So I jump back, but they'll inevitably come out and the dogs will stay in, so we get to talking. And a couple people have been the recipient of dog bites.
Sure.
So let's talk about what is the dog leash law here?
Dog leash, if your dog is off your premises, you have to have your dog on a leash. No exceptions.
So if my dog, I don't have a dog, but if I had a dog, if he was in my yard, it's okay, no leash?
Correct, but you should have an invisible fence to keep the dog in.
I know, I was just going to ask that,
Or put it on a chain
Yeah.
if you don't have the invisible fence.
Yes, and so if I see or if a resident observes a dog in the neighborhood, no leash, what are they to do?
They should call the dispatch,
The non-emergency number.
Non-emergency, and report it, and we will come out and investigate it.
And just to clarify, because I'm learning so much about our neighborhoods, some neighborhoods have public roads and some neighborhoods have private roads.
Correct. There's a few private streets in the city.
But the private streets are still,
Absolutely.
they still have to follow the law.
Yes, they do.
So if I see a dog, or if somebody lives off a private street, sees a dog, no leash, they can call the non-emergency number.
Correct.
And do you issue a ticket for that? Is that
We
what
can.
it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Or
like
talk
to,
to, yeah.
We like to educate before we
Yeah.
enforce, but if it's appropriate, we'll enforce the law.
Well, that's another great thing about you guys and living in a small city is my experience is you're not just boom, 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 enforce. You do try to educate
Right.
and
Yeah.
because we all have to live together. So
do.
it's much better if we can all
Yes.
be on the same
Yeah.
page.
And I've found in my 20-some years of being here that our residents normally take the education and learn from it, and you don't have the problem again.
I think our residents are super cool. I've
They
met
are.
so many.
Very supportive.
Yeah, very supportive of the police department. I mean, almost without fail, I have talking points when I talk to people, and then when it comes to the police department, almost without fail, that all they do want to do is praise you, which you know me. I
That's
mean,
good to hear.
I've been in love with you guys forever.
Right.
So,
Yep.
What else did we talk about? Oh, yes, code enforcement.
Code enforcement.
So this is, I'm very surprised to hear this is as prevalent as it is, but a lot of residents have pointed to the house across the street or next to them and remarked on how the lawn is unkept or
Right.
what have you. So what's the solution there?
We do have a specific code enforcement officer, John Rogers. He works for the city hall side. So if there's ever a complaint with your neighbor's house looking like you don't want it,
Yeah.
you could always call City Hall and report it, and John will come out and probably educate, that enforce. John is very proactive. He's a very busy person. He's always out.
I bet he's
taking on stuff.
His car doesn't his car say code enforcement?
I'm not sure what
I
it's.
think I've seen somebody driving around.
Yep, it's a marked city car. He's not going to be in his own car.
Yeah.
But John handles those complaints, and we work hand in hand with John, to help enforce things if there's problems.
So, like overgrown grass, overgrown weeds, stuff like that.
Yeah, like so overgrown grass in cities, anything over 7 inches.
Okay. That's called noxious weeds.
Yes, on average.
I learned that.
So
yes,
it's like if you have one weed, we're not going to. But if your yard is 7 inches overgrown, John can come out and let you know, hey, you should cut it. Obviously, if you don't, you're going to get a ticket. And if you still don't do it, the city can hire somebody to cut it. You get billed for that expense. If you don't pay it, they put a lien on your house.
Okay. And this also includes, we were talking earlier, if there's a lot of shrubbery and wood, branches and whatnot gathered that somebody needs to clear.
They do.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes with, we work and live in Bloomfield Hills where it's a very wooded area. So we get all the cool things like deer and coyote and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And those overgrown weeds and the brush attracts coyotes to live. We don't want those in our neighborhood, so we ask people to cut their grass, get rid of twigs and branches and stuff like that, and don't maintain that stuff on your property.
And if you feel like that's happening, you can call again City Hall, and they'll refer you to the right person, probably John.
Yes.
And he'll come out and evaluate. Yeah. And I actually see him around my neighborhood all the time. That's why I know his car does say code enforcement, because I'll see him and I'll tell my kid, somebody's not doing something they should be doing.
No, he likes to be proactive.
Yeah.
He's really easy to work with.
Has he been around for a while? I don't know if I remember him face to face.
Yeah, he's been around for quite a bit.
Okay.
10 years, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Time flies. So I don't know how long he's been there. It's been a long time.
Let me see what else I've heard from our neighbors. Code enforcement, noxious weeds. Did we talk about our noise ordinance? Because
not yet, but it's a good topic.
Let's do that because like I said, noise on Woodward's a big thing.
Right.
And tell us about what is our noise ordinance?
So the noise ordinance, there's several layers of this, but I'll cover the 3 big ones.
Yeah.
The first one is construction noise. We have an ordinance that you can only do construction between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, nothing on Sundays, and nothing on holidays. So if the work crew gets there at 6:30 and they're firing up their chainsaws, we'd ask you to call the public safety department.
Yeah.
And we'll come out and educate and enforce. Same thing after 5 o'clock, your work needs to be done. And we, not only do we respond to those calls, but we're very proactive in it. And what I mean by that is we have a list of people who have building permits in the city. Oh. And we go out every day and we check those construction sites to make sure that they're doing what their work permits say.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow, excellent.
Yep, we do that. So the other one is the noise, the band, like if, let's just say, a commercial establishment or even somebody having a graduation party hires a live band. The music has to be off by 11, and if it is heard by the neighbors and it is causing problems, we'll come out and ask them to turn it down. Again, educate before we enforce and we'll start pulling the plug and writing tickets. So those are the big ones.
Those are okay.
The other one is like amplified speakers. There's the ordinance actually says that 4 hours a day you can use an amplified speaker, and it can't be heard more than, I believe, 100 feet from the speaker.
Okay.
And those are typically in the summer we have problems, not problems,
right.
but those complaints, people out by their pool, blaring their Ted Nugent or whatever they're doing, we'll get called out. But again, I'll go back to our residents are very responsive to when we show up.
Right.
Normally that's the only time you have a problem.
Let's look. What else do we have? Well, I mean, everybody complains about the wildlife, but I just don't know what we can do about it except for find coping mechanisms, right?
Right. So there's, the big ones, 3 big ones actually, is the deer. Not so sure that we can do anything about it. Just be aware of it when you're driving around.
Yeah.
Kind of avoid them. The other one are turkeys. There's wild turkeys all over the place.
I don't like the turkeys.
And again, just kind of...
They're not even pretty.
Let them cross when it's time for them to cross. Kind of avoid them. and then the coyotes.
Yeah.
And the coyotes, they're attracted by, like I said, the overgrown brush.
Right.
If you leave cat food out or bird feeders, the coyotes are attracted to that. So we ask you not do that.
Deer and turkey, I don't think are dangerous to humans. Coyotes can be dangerous, can't they?
They could be, not typically to humans. It's normally to small animals. Like,
okay.
Your small dogs and stuff like that.
But this happened in my neighborhood the other night. If you're going for an evening walk and you see a coyote, what should you do?
Just go ahead and give us a call. And
you should call. Okay. So you want us to report the coyotes?
We do.
Oh, wow. Yep. Okay. This is okay. Yep. I learned something today.
Yep. Report it. We'll come out and we'll check the area to see if there is any of that overgrown brush and stuff and we can get with the resident and say, hey, you might want to get rid of this because there could be a coyote down there or around there.
And should I go inside though? I mean, is it that kind of threat or no?
Not to you.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're safe out there.
Now I do go inside when I see turkeys because I don't like the turkeys.
Right.
I know they're not dangerous.
No, they're not.
Tom, these are kind of what I've been hearing while I've been talking to residents. I'm curious if you had to identify the maybe number 1 and number 2 complaint from our residents, from either a code enforcement perspective or law enforcement perspective, what would you say?
I think a lot of it is the noise on Woodward. It seems to be a hot topic, and the coyotes are a hot topic. People have concerns about it. And, there's not a lot we can do, but we're doing everything we can do.
Yes.
So that's about it.
And I did learn something. Call it in if you hear a coyote out there or see a coyote out there. Please call.
Yeah. Any time you have a public safety concern, don't hesitate to call.
Yes.
That's what we're there for.
And this Sunday is the Public Safety Day at the Bloomfield Hills.
We do. We have our public safety open house.
Yes.
Sunday, October the 12th, I believe it is, from noon until 4.
And it's super fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
We do, it's a good opportunity to meet the officers, see the equipment, see our capabilities.
Right.
And we host the Taste of Bloomfield where the local restaurants bring over something for you to snack on and hopefully patronize their business.
Yeah, and that's new because when this started, it was, I think, literally hot dogs. I think it was Danny Phillips firing up the hot dogs on the grill.
That could have been.
Danny's a retired police officer. Yeah. And over time, it's kind of built itself up.
And I think public safety departments all over have really evolved in their open houses. Because I think the residents really like it.
Don't they have, I know my kids used to do the fire hose. Yep. There'd be a fake fire and they do the fire hose.
Yeah, we'll have we'll have fire hose stuff out. We'll have
I think they went on a tour of the jail.
Yeah, we do station tours.
Yeah, that was cool too for young kids. Right. So it's a good time if people are available on Will noon to 4. Bloomfield Hills Police Department, Bloomfield Hills City Hall. Yeah, it's totally free. Yeah. It's totally fun. Will you be there?
I will be there.
We'll get to meet the police officers and Okay, well, thank you for your time. Thanks for your service. And thank you, audience, for tuning in to AP on Play. Captain of the Bloomfield Hills Police Department. We're so happy to have him here. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.